all of you. We are here for the discussion of this program, that is revision through 500 questions, right? This program has been devised in such a manner, it will be stretched over a time period of 5 days, and in 5 days we will be having 5 lectures. In these 5 lectures have been divided into 3 broad categories. The first category is the questions that are based on your NCERT. All the NCERTs from class 6 to class 12 which are relevant for your prelims examination, they have been covered over here. They will be taken into consideration. Questions have been framed. Now it is impossible to frame questions on each and every aspect that is given in the NCERT, but a holistic coverage of entire NCERT I have tried to attempt that, and that we will be doing over here in NCERT question. The second set of question is, this is generally not in the trend, that all the PYQs have been segregated for last 15 years and they will be taken at one go. Some of the PYQs you have covered in your PMP classes, right? So in prelim PMP classes you have covered few of the PYQs, the remaining PYQs of last 15 years, not more than that, because in 15 years of PYQs, when I was selecting for geography as a subject, along with the crisscross with environment and ecology with science sec, I was able to find 200 questions. So that was more than sufficient to carry out or subsume those many questions in any of the program of UPSC. So that is exhaustive coverage, and to be very frank and honest, it is for last 15 years only, not more than that. And the third section, we will be doing map based and current affairs based. There will be a set of 100 questions which will be based on map work. Map work will be related to Indian map as well as the world map. As UPSC keeps on asking questions related to map work, that will be on map work. Those questions on map work will be related to some of the current happenings which are covered in last 15 months, starting January 2024 up till March 2025. So last 15 months of coverage in map work, and same will be true for current affairs, and this current affairs will not be solely current affairs, it will be current affairs plus the core section of geography. So we will be handling core section of geography over here and over here, PYQs over here, and map based questions over in this particular section. So today is our first class and we will be starting with NCERT. In the next 5 days we will be covering this entire section, taking 100 questions on daily basis. Clear on that? So starting with that, first question, without wasting any sort of time, the first question, consider the following statements. Now even in questions of NCERT, in 3 or 4 questions you will find a term, only in 3 or 4 questions out of 100 questions, only 3 or 4 questions there will be some terminology, some term mentioned over there which is not given in NCERT, right? But because the concept was being dealt over there, so I have jotted down the concept then and there only, that term also, so that it may not include repetition of same questions in the remaining part of the program, right? So syzygy is the term not given in NCERT. Syzygy, the first statement says that syzygy conjunction is related to full moon day, correct or not? Syzygy opposition is related to new moon day. Syzygy is a compulsory precondition for any eclipse, and the last statement, every syzygy occurrence means either solar or lunar eclipse. So syzygy is a condition in which Earth, Sun and Moon all three comes in a straight line, that is called as a syzygy. Syzygy is having two phases, one is called as conjunction, other is called as opposition. Conjunction means Moon in between Earth and Sun. Opposition means Earth in between Sun and Moon. So conjunction will lead to new moon day, opposition will lead to full moon day. So the first two statements hold wrong. Are you getting that? Syzygy is a compulsory precondition for any eclipse. For any eclipse to take place, be it solar or lunar eclipse, syzygy has to be there. So this statement holds true. Every syzygy may not certify an eclipse. Apart from syzygy, other conditions are also required which are to be fulfilled for eclipse to take place, and so fourth statement will not hold true. So the answer for this particular question will be only one. Option A for apple shall be the right answer. Question number 2. If you are having any questions, any doubt, you are free to ask them. Question number 2. Consider the following statements. Mars is identical to Earth in terms of duration of rotation. Venus is identical to Earth in terms of direction of rotation. First statement correct or not? What is the time of rotation of Earth? 1 day, 24 hours. And the rotation period of Mars? 1 day, 24 hours. Class 6 NCERT, first chapter, given over there. Venus is identical to Earth in terms of direction of rotation. Venus rotates opposite, right? So statement 2 is wrong, 1 is correct. So 1 is correct, 2 is wrong. So it becomes 1 only. Option A for apple shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Few of the questions might appear to some of you as very easy. Few questions will appear difficult. This is the first NCERT based questions. So I have not gone into specific details or grilling the topics. These are comparatively easier questions. The second phase of this program, that is tomorrow lecture, day after tomorrow, the level of difficulty will go on increasing. So keep focusing, even if you find that easy, even if you find that difficult, keep focusing. Question number 3, consider the following statements. Statement number 1, asteroids are found in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Meteoroids are the rocky pieces orbiting the sun. Meteor enters the Earth's atmosphere and gets completely burnt. If it is not completely burnt, it reaches the surface of Earth and then it is called as a meteorite. Have a look at the 4 statements. First statement, asteroid. All those rocky substances which are orbiting the sun in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, they are called as asteroids. 100% correct statement. Meteoroids, D for dog, are the rocky pieces orbiting the sun. All other bodies which are present in the solar system orbiting the sun, they are known by the term meteoroids. When they enter the atmosphere of Earth, they are called as meteor, which may burn completely or which may not burn completely. If it reaches the surface of Earth in solid form, it is called as a meteorite, T, right? So all the 4 statements written over there holds true, correct. Clear on that? Any doubt? So all the 4 statements, option D for dog, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. Duration of day and night of a particular place depends on its latitude. In the months summer season, as we go northward, duration of day goes on increasing and finally it becomes 24 hours at North Pole. And as we go south, it goes on reducing and it becomes 24 hours of night at South Pole. So when you are going north, what is happening? Latitude is changing. When you are going south, latitude is changing. So what is changing? Duration of day and night along with latitude. And the statement is saying exactly the same. So first statement holds true. The second statement is comparatively an easier one. Date and time of a particular place depends on its longitude. Clear? Our Indian Standard Time meridian 82.5 degrees, GMT prime meridian 0 degree, they are all longitudes, right? So date and time of a particular place depends upon longitude. So both the statement holds true and hence statement 1 and statement 2 both will be considered as a true one. So answer will be C. Which of the statements are not correct? So neither 1 nor 2. Option D for dog shall be the right answer. Which question? Meteors enter the atmosphere of Earth and gets completely burnt. 99% of the cases they get completely burnt only. Very rarely they reach the surface of Earth. You see a flash of light in mesosphere which is visible from the Earth with naked eyes also, that is a meteor burning only. It is a very common phenomenon. Once in a blue moon it happens that a meteor reaches the surface of Earth. So in general the statement will be considered as correct. Which of the following set of states have Tropic of Cancer as well as ISC passing through them? The question is asking you Indian Standard Time ISC 82.5 degree east. It passes through how many states? 5 states. The 5 states through which ISC is passing includes Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. And Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north passes through how many states? 8. These 8 states includes Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, Mizoram. 8 states are there. You have to find those 2 states which are common in these 2. The answer shall be MP and Chhattisgarh, that is option C for cat shall be the right answer. Question number 6. Consider the following statements on equinoxes. Equinox is a position when earth revolves around the sun. Twice a year we get equinox. One is called as a spring equinox, other is called as autumn equinox. And for equinoxes, 3 statements are given over here. Circle of illumination coincides with the axis of rotation. Yes or no? The axis of rotation, north pole, south pole, the circle of illumination coincides with that and it crosses that region. Statement number 2, circle of illumination divides earth into 2 equal halves and that's why it is called as an equinox. Correct? The entire earth experiences equal duration of day and night. That is the very definition of equinox. Equinox, what is that? Equal. Everything will become equal. So 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night, right from north pole to south pole, and that is called as an equinox. So all the 3 statement goes with the explanation for equinox, and so 1, 2, 3 option D for dog shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Consider the following statements on comparison between crust, mantle and core. The statements are given over there. Crust, mantle and core. The first, mantle accounts for maximum mass of the earth. Yes or no? Maximum mass, mantle. Core accounts for maximum volume of the earth. Maximum volume is also with mantle. Crust accounts for minimum density of the earth. It's correct. So 1 and 3 are correct. 2 stands wrong. So 1 and 3 option B for boy shall be the right answer. Few questions are very easy in this entire framework. Consider the following statements on rocks. Now have a look at the statements given over here and let me check what the online students are asking. The statement says that granite and basalt are types of igneous rocks, correct or not? Igneous rocks are primary rocks. The molten material from the interior of earth moves out, solidifies and that forms primary rock. And both are example of primary rocks, so it is a correct one. Fossils are commonly found in igneous and sedimentary rocks. Fossils will be found in sedimentary, not in igneous. Igneous high temperature fossil cannot exist over there. The fossil is not found in igneous rock. Sedimentary rock they are found. Sandstone and slate are example of metamorphic rocks. Sandstone is an example of sedimentary rock. Soap that transforms from clay, that is an example of metamorphic rock. So statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong, statement 3 is also wrong. So only one option A for apple shall be the right answer. This question we discussed in class also. Nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide. The next in line will be neon and helium, neon and hydrogen, helium and methane, or helium and krypton. What should be the answer? Directly given in NCERT, it will be neon and helium. Right? nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, followed by neon and helium. So option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Question number 10. Consider the following statements on air pressure. Low pressure is associated with cloudy skies and wet weather. High pressure is associated with clear and sunny sky. Right? Any doubt in that? So both the statement will hold true. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. With respect to availability of water on earth, arrange the following sources of water in decreasing order. Question number 8. So low pressure is associated with cloudy skies and wet weather. That is written over there. So the statement is correct. Right? So what is the order? Maximum part of hydrosphere exists in oceans, followed by ice caps, glaciers, followed by groundwater, followed by soil moisture, followed by lakes. After lakes it is atmosphere, and the last comes rivers. So here 4 of them are given. So it will be groundwater, lakes, atmosphere, river. It should be 4, 1, 3, 2. So 4, 1, 3, 2. Whatever is the option, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Consider the following statements on natural vegetation. Temperate evergreen forests are commonly found on the eastern margins of the continent. China type of climate, Gulf type of climate, temperate evergreen forest on the eastern and the southeastern margins of the continent in temperate region. Very much correct. It is a mix of hardwood and softwood trees, right? Temperate deciduous forests are commonly found on the northeastern margins of the continent. Laurentian type of climate, Canadian shield, temperate deciduous. Correct, 100% correct statement. They are found in temperate region, northeastern side of the continents are marked with temperate deciduous forest. Any doubt? Mediterranean vegetation is commonly found on the west and southwest margins of the continent. So Mediterranean vegetation is found on the western and the southwestern margins of the continent, correct or not? Mediterranean vegetation, everyone knows that. But when it comes to temperate, deciduous, evergreen, then it becomes confusing. Why? We come across Mediterranean so many number of times, right? So all the 3 statements hold true over here. So 1, 2 and 3, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer for this particular question. Question number 13. One of the prominent railway networks, Trans-Siberian Railway. It connects Vladivostok to St. Petersburg. The starting station is Vladivostok and the end station is St. Petersburg. Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean, arrange the following railway stations of the same in order from east to west. In Russia, Russia is at the center stage of world politics. Trans-Siberian Railway. The stations over on this Trans-Siberian Railway given in class 7th NCERT. A figure has been drawn over there. Railway network is drawn. All the stations are marked over there. I am checking only 4 stations over here, and that too the prominent ones. Even if you are not aware of this railway network, even then you should be aware of these towns at least. That Vladivostok is located on Pacific coast. Petersburg is on Atlantic coast. In between, the 2 towns are written in the order only. Chita, Krasnoyarsk. So when you will move from east to west, it will be Vladivostok, Chita, Krasnoyarsk, St. Petersburg. Apart from that, number of stations are there. Ulan-Ude, Irkutsk, Novosibirsk, Chelyabinsk, Moscow. All these you have to learn for your preparation, right? So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Option A for apple, shall be the right answer to this particular question. Question number 14. Consider the following statements on minerals. The following statements on minerals. Metallic minerals are generally found in sedimentary rocks. Correct or not? Metallic minerals are those minerals which generally come from the interior of the earth. They come from the interior of the earth along with molten material. So that they are related with igneous rocks. Chota Nagpur Plateau, metallic minerals. Molten material moved out, lava spreaded over the area, and that resulted in a formation of metallic minerals over there. Chota Nagpur Plateau region, Odisha region, Jharkhand belt. Non-metallic minerals are generally found in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Igneous or metamorphic rock में non-metallic will not be found. You will find metallic minerals. So both the statements are wrong. So neither one nor two. Option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Question number 15. Consider the following statements on population pyramids. An underdeveloped country represented by progressive population pyramid. We are having three types of population pyramid: population, progressive, stationary, and regressive. Underdeveloped country will be represented by progressive. Few developing countries will also be represented by progressive only. Later on, country develops, it transforms to stationary. After that, regressive. A developed country may be represented by stationary or regressive, correct. Like Japan, regressive. Scandinavian countries, regressive. But France and Germany and USA are also considered as developed countries only. The difference is only that Scandinavian countries, that is Norway, Sweden, Finland, Japan, were considered developed 50 years back. These countries of Western Europe and West of the world, USA, France, Germany, they have attained the status of development or developed status in last 2 to 3 decades, right? So both are represented by, are considered as developed countries. For Scandinavian countries, Japan, it will be regressive population pyramid. For like USA, it will be stationary population pyramid, right? Clear on that? So both the statements hold true. So both 1 and 2, option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on Himalayas. Yes, Apurva, I got your answer, it's correct. They are wider in the west and narrow in the east. A very simple statement. Himalayas are wider in the west. Altitudinal variations are greater in western half as compared to eastern half. Yes or no? Very generalized statement. Western half. See how confident you all are. It is more in the eastern half. It is a wrong one. Altitudinal variations are greater in the western half. No, their variation is greater in the eastern half as compared to western half. It is a wrong one. They are known as the third pole of the earth. Taught you in your classes of PMP also. They are composed of igneous as well as sedimentary rocks. Yes or no? Higher stretches igneous, lower stretches shivalic, etc. sedimentary rocks. So statement number 1 is correct, 2 is wrong, 3 is correct, 4 is correct. So 1, 3, 4, only 3. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Any issue in this statement number 2? Any doubt, anyone? Any doubt? Third pole because it is the next largest source of ice after North Pole and South Pole. So Karakoram and Himalayas together are called as third pole. They are also called as human equator. Okay. Question number 17. Consider the following statements on features of northern plains. Have a look at the statements. Statement number 1. Bhabar is a belt of pebbles and boulders in which streams disappear. As soon as the river enters the plain area, it forms Bhabar. Correct. Terai is a swampy marshy region where streams re-emerge. 100% correct. Khadar is a belt of old alluvial deposits. Khadar is new alluvial. Bangar is old alluvial. Next statement is again false. A natural slope exists between Bangar and Khadar. A natural slope exists between Bangar and Khadar. It is known differently in different states. Kankar is commonly found in Bangar. Yes, Kankar is a specific feature of Bangar soil only, old alluvial, calcium carbonate deposit. It gets concentrated over the period of time. So 1 is correct, 2 is correct, 5 and 6 are correct. So option B for boy shall be the right answer. Clear on that? 100%? Which one? A natural slope exists between Bangar and Khadar. Bangar is the old alluvial. It was deposited somewhere. Over the period of time, when due to avulsion and due to excessive amount of water which was added to the rivers, be it by melting of snow, by rainfall or by any mechanism, the river conducted erosion in its own depositional plane. So a plain was formed by deposition by the action of rivers. It was a new alluvial plain. It was called as Khadar, right? Khadar increased in height over the period of time. Period of time in geology means thousands and millions of years. It increased in height over the period of time. Water all of a sudden increased in volume. It started conducting erosion over the plain that was formed by deposition. So same river which was conducting deposition now started conducting erosion, and it carved out a deep valley in that region. And now when the water increases, it cannot breach the banks of the river, and so flood cannot come. When such a situation takes place, then over the period of time, because now flood is not coming, region is free from flood, the alluvial deposit becomes old and old and old, and it becomes Bangar. New deposition Khadar. Now this Bangar is already at a height, Khadar is new floodplain. So both are having some elevational altitudinal variation, and a slope exists between Bangar and Khadar, that is known as Khol, Dhyas, Tal. Different states are having different names that exists over there, and so it is correct. So option B for boy was the right answer for this particular question. Consider the following statements on eastern and western Ghats. Eastern Ghats are higher than western Ghats. Western Ghats are higher than eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats are continuous, whereas western Ghats are highly dissected. So these are called as, it is also a false statement. The height of western Ghats increases from south to north. It increases from north to south. So all three statements are wrong. So which of the statements are correct? None. Option D for dog shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on drainage. Dendritic pattern resembles the branches of a tree. Correct. Trellis pattern depicts tributaries joining almost at right angles. Correct. Radial develops when the rivers diverge in different directions from a central highland. All the three statements hold true. So option C for cat shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on peninsular rivers. So what are the peninsular rivers and statement on them? Most of them flow from west to east with a few exceptions. The slope of the peninsula is from west to east. They are mostly ephemeral in nature. Ephemeral stands for seasonal character. They are rain fed, dependent upon monsoon. So they are ephemeral in nature, correct. They have shallower courses as compared to Himalayan rivers. The courses are comparatively shallow. As they flow over plateau regions, so they carry much more sediments than the Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers are having much more sediments compared to peninsular rivers. So 1, 2 and 3 are correct. So only 3 options C for cat shall be the right answer. Question number 21. Consider the following statements on Indus river system. River Shyok is a left bank tributary of Indus. River Shyok is a right bank tributary. River Jaskar is a right bank. It is a left bank tributary of river Indus. River Satluj is a left bank tributary of Indus. River Satluj is southward of Indus, and so river Satluj joins Indus on its left bank. So it is correct. So 1 is wrong, 2 is wrong, 3 is correct. So only one, option A for apple, shall be the right answer. Very basic questions are these. Only 1/3 of the Indus basin lies in India. Ambala acts as a water divide between Indus and Ganga. Ambala acts as a water divide between Indus and Ganga river system. This is a direct statement from NCERT class 11. Indus is an influent river where Ganga is an effluent river. Influent, effluent. What is that? When the river moves from low rainfall region to high rainfall region, so what happens? From low rainfall to high rainfall, the quantity of water goes on increasing, and such a river is called as effluent. Effluent. So Ganga moves from Himalayan belt to eastern India. The quantum of rainfall goes on increasing from west to east. So more and more water gets accumulated, gets collected by Ganga river system, and it is called as effluent. And when a river moves from high rainfall region to low rainfall region, it is called as influent. So Indus moves from the region of Himalayas and then drained through the or moved through the region of desert in Pakistan, Sindh province. There the rainfall is comparatively much less. So it is called as influent. So Indus is an influent river, 100% correct. Ganga is an effluent river, 100% correct. 1/3 of the Indus basin lies in India, the remaining part lies in either in Tibet or in Pakistan. Ambala acts as a water divide, it's correct. Indus is an influent river, correct. All the three statements are correct, so option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on river Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is longer than Indus and its maximum course lies outside India. A very simple statement holds true. Brahmaputra is known for braided channels. Braided channels means multiple channels develop and it is called as braided channel. Brahmaputra is known for inner branching and avulsion. Inner branching means when a river develops a branch, it gets bifurcated and then rejoins again. That is called as inner branching. Avulsion means overflow of the river due to excessive sediment load, due to excessive sediment load or due to excessive volume of water. That is called as avulsion. So river is flowing a particular path, on the path of the river water overflows, that is called as avulsion, right. So avulsion is breaching the banks of the river, water breaches the banks of the river and flows in the nearby region, that is avulsion. Inner branching, a river divides into two branches which later on joins again to form a single stream, that is called as inner branching. Brahmaputra is known for that. Due to avulsion, every year we get devastating Assam floods. Assam floods is a known phenomena in India. Every year after monsoon, late monsoon, you will get Assam flood. Inner branching is the reason for the formation of Majuli Island, the largest riverine island of the world. That is because of this only. So all the three statements hold correct. All three, option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on Narmada and Tapi. Both of them flow through the rift valleys. Both of them make estuaries. Narmada make estuary and Tapi makes delta. Both of them make estuaries, 100% correct. Both of them have catchment areas in MP, Gujarat and Maharashtra. MP, Maharashtra and Gujarat, in all three regions they are having the catchment area. Catchment area, the region that is drained by the river. Yes or no? All the rivers, both these rivers are having catchment area in MP also, Gujarat also and Maharashtra also. 100% correct statement. All the three statements are absolutely correct. So option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. This you will not get in NCERT, the last statement, you have to check that on any other source map, right? Because NCERT has written about the catchment area, but it has not given the complete details about the catchment area. The prominent areas are written over there in class 9 and class 11th NCERT, details are missing. So details you have to check. So don't contradict the statement simply by looking at class 9th or class 11th NCERT. That's why I am telling you. Question number 25. Consider the following statements. on Godavari. It is the largest peninsular river. So it is called as Dakshin Ganga. It is also known as Dakshin Ganga. It has the largest drainage basin amongst all peninsular rivers. Drainage basin, the area drained by a river. It is used as a synonym term with catchment area. All peninsular rivers, yes or no? The largest catchment area, correct? It is also known for Kumbh. Kumbh. Which four places are known for Kumbh? Nasik, Ujjain, Haridwar and Prayagraj. Haridwar and Prayagraj on banks of river Ganga. Godavari, Nasik, and Ujjain, Chipra river. So all the four statements hold true. Option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on Indian climate. Monsoon is typical feature of climate found only in India. Southeast Asia, South China. There are various places which are having monsoon type of climate. So it is not true. During monsoon, rainfall reduces north to south and east to west over western coastal plains and northern plains respectively. Coastal regions experience more contrast in temperature than inland regions. The second statement, during monsoon, rainfall reduces north to south over western coast. North to south or south to north? It reduces south to north. So it is a wrong one. Coastal regions experience more contrast in temperature as compared to inland regions. Coastal regions are having a narrow range of temperature, inland regions are affected by continentality, they are having a wide range of temperature. So it is a false one. So monsoon, first statement is false, second is false, third is false. Yes. No, Kaveri is not Dakshin Gangotri, Dakshin Ganga. It is some other terminology is there. Let me recall if I can recall it right now. It is not exactly Dakshin Ganga, Ganga of the South, something like that. They have started naming it that because Kaveri is the oldest river as per Hindu mythology. So those who are uh, the followers of Hindu mythology, they are trying to claim that Kaveri should be given the tag of Ganga. So they have named it as Ganga of the South. Dakshin Ganga, Godavari. It will not come. Anything that is controversial will not be asked by UPSC, right? But NCERT is saying it is clearly written Godavari is known as Dakshin Ganga. So if Dakshin Ganga comes up as a term, you have to write Godavari. Clear on that? So all the three statements are wrong. So none is correct. Option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on Coriolis force. It affects the direction as well as the speed of the wind. It will affect the direction, will not speed. Its magnitude depends on the speed of the wind. Higher the speed, more the magnitude, less the speed, less the magnitude. So the magnitude depends upon speed, correct. It is 0 at equator, it increases towards the pole, correct. So 2 and 3 are correct, 1 is wrong. So option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Coriolis force. Consider the following weather processes. Indian monsoon, western cyclonic disturbances, cyclone formation, anticyclone formation. Which of the above are affected by jet streams? Indian monsoon, jet stream is having a role to play. Western cyclonic disturbances, they are cyclonic brought by jet stream only, cyclone formation and anticyclone formation. When a jet stream moves down, it creates high pressure on the ground, anticyclonic condition. When it moves up, it pulls or sucks the air up, causing cyclonic conditions. So it supports cyclone formation, anticyclone formation also during its path. So all four can be related to jet stream. So all four, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on Indian monsoon. The onset and advancement of monsoon over India is a gradual process. The retreat of monsoon from India is a rapid process. First statement, correct or not? The onset and advancement of monsoon over India is a rapid process. It is a quick process. It takes very fastly. However, the withdrawal is a gradual process, slow process. It takes place over a period of time. So both the statements are written as incorrect one. So which are not correct? Both are not correct. So option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Select the correct pairs from the following: land type and description. Barren land, culturable wasteland, current fallow, other than current fallow. Have a look and see whether they are written correctly or incorrectly. You want me to slow down further? Online students are asking me to slow down. I am already going so slow. These are so basic questions, so basic question. The starting phase of preparation. Question number 27. Yes, it affects the direction as well as the speed of the wind. It is a false one. What is the doubt? Consider the following statements on Coriolis force. So the statement is written on Coriolis force. It is using it. So it is Coriolis force. So Coriolis force affects the direction as well as the speed of the wind. Coriolis force is not responsible for speed of the wind. It only affects the direction of the wind. Speed depends upon pressure gradient force. And if friction is there, it will reduce. Friction is not there, speed will be increased. But speed will not be affected by Coriolis force. Coriolis force will only impact the direction. However, if the speed is more, the magnitude of Coriolis will change. The reverse will happen. So speed will not be altered by Coriolis, but if speed is more, then the magnitude of Coriolis will increase. When speed is less, magnitude of Coriolis will reduce. So the second statement, its magnitude depends on the speed of wind, is correct, right? We were on question number 30. Select the correct pairs. Barren land, unproductive. That is the definition of barren land. Culturable wasteland, for more than 5 years it is left, no cultivation is taking place. Current fallow, one agricultural year or less than that. If it is left uncultivated. Other than current fallow, 1 to 5. So 3 demarcations: current fallow, 1 year or less than that. Other than current fallow, 1 to 5, and wasteland culturable. It is culturable wasteland, that is more than 5 years, and barren, totally unproductive, saline, usar, banjar, that is commonly known in different regions of the country. So all 4 are correctly matched. So all 4, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. The total geographical area of India divided into various relief features like plains, mountains and plateaus. Consider the following statements on that division. Tell me the answer for that. Plains account for more area than mountains. India की बात हो रही है. Plains ज़्यादा है कि mountains? So statement is correct. 2, mountains account for more area than plateaus. Correct or not? Mountains account for more areas than plateaus. Almost 30% by mountains and 26% by plateaus. So mountains account for more area than plateaus. It appears that the Peninsula Plateau has a single block. If you look in the details of Peninsula Plateau, number of mountains are present over there. So both the statements are correct. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on Indian soils. Alluvial soils and black soils both are rich in potash and lime. Potash and lime, alluvial, black, both are having potash and lime. Any doubt? Alluvial soils lack phosphorus content, whereas black soil are rich in that. Alluvial soils have phosphorus, black soil are deficient in phosphorus. It is written reverse. Alluvial soil good in phosphorus, black soil deficient in phosphorus. It is written reverse, so the statement is false. Laterite soils have high humus. which favors plantation crops. Yes. Laterite soil bacteria is not there, it is destroyed due to high temperature. It is formed by leaching. Due to absence of bacteria, even if the leaves fall down, humus will not be added to the soil. So it lacks humus. So statement 3 is also incorrect. So 1 is correct, 2 and 3 are wrong. So only one option A for apple shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Laterite में कोई confusion है? हाँ तो पूरा statement में कुछ भी गलत हो जाएगा तो statement गलत माना जाएगा ना? Yes or no? Laterite soil have high humus which favors plantation crops. So high humus is not there. Consider the following pairs: slash and burn agriculture and the region. Milpa, Conuco, Roca, Machole. Milpa is in Mexico. Conuco is in Venezuela. Roca, Brazil. Machole, Central Africa. Central America, sorry. Africa. What is that? B. 124. Milpa, Mexico. Correct or not? Entire Central America it is known as Milpa. Right? Brazil, Roca. Correct. Venezuela, Conuco. Correct. Machole, Central Africa. Correct or not? Correct. Ladang, Malaysia. Yes or no? Ray, Vietnam. सब एनसीईआरटी क्लास 10 के एक चैप्टर के एक ही पेज पे दी. Single page of NCERT class 10th it is written over there and then repeated thrice in class 11th NCERT of Indian Geography. Ladang is in Malaysia. Umma Jumma that is in Indonesia. Ray Vietnam. China. देखो श्रीलंका is China. हाँ उम्मा जुम्मा इंडोनेशिया. तुम्हें यही पसंद आया बस. Consider the following crops. So what was the answer for that question? All four are correct. Option D, D for dog. Question number 34. Wheat, rice, jowar, maize and mustard. Wheat, rice, jowar, maize, mustard. How many of the above are kharif crops? Wheat is a rabi crop. Mustard, rabi crop. Rice, jowar, maize, kharif. It's kharif, it's not kharif. And it's not rabi, it's rabi. These are the Hindi terms pronunciation. You have to pronounce it exactly in that manner. So 2, 3 and 4 are kharif crops. Remaining 2 are rabi crops. क्या? ज्वार water intensive crop नहीं है. It can be grown in less water availability, but still it is growing in kharif season because the temperature condition that is required is not present in rabi season. So it is basically a kharif crop. All millets are not water intensive, but they are kharif crops. ज्वार, बाजरा, रागी, all three will be considered as खरीफ crop. रागी के साथ थोड़ा वेरिएशन है, अलग अलग एरियाज में रबी खरीफ दोनों में हो जाता है. राइस नहीं, रागी, रागी, राइस that is only on the eastern coastal plain of India. From West Bengal to Tamil Nadu, you will find 3 crops of rice in a year. बाकी समय तो खरीफ ही कहलाएगा. Consider in the statement has to be considered in general principle, right? बाकी तो सऊदी अरेबिया में भी लोग आम उगाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो वहां भी उगाएगा. तो वो मैंगो डोमिनेंट एरिया थोड़ी ना हो जाएगा. Consider the following pairs: iron ore regions and a state. Badam Pahad, Odisha. Baladila Range, Chhattisgarh. Correct? Kudremukh, Maharashtra. Ratnagiri. So 3 and 4 are wrong. Kudremukh stands for Karnataka, Ratnagiri for Maharashtra. 1 and 2 are correctly matched. Badam Pahad in Odisha, Baladila Range in Chhattisgarh. So only 2, option B for boy, shall be the right answer. Yes? Anyone asking anything? Now class 10th is over. Now let's start with class 11th. Parveen, what are you trying to say? You have written water resistant or resilient crops, water scarcity area like ragi is cultivated in northern Karnataka region, dry and shortage groundwater. What you are trying to ask or trying to say, please specify. Now have a look. Huh? In relation to the evolution of our early atmosphere, arrange the following events in chronology. Dissolution of atmospheric carbon dioxide in rainwater, degassing from interior of earth, collection of rainwater to give rise to oceans, saturation of oceans with oxygen. Starting with degassing, carbon dioxide, rainwater dissolution, collection of rainwater, saturation of ocean. So it should be 2, 1, 3, 4. 2, 1, 3, 4. Option B. B for boy shall be the right answer. Consider the following sources of information for the interior of Earth. Which of the above can be categorized as indirect sources? Volcanic eruption, direct or indirect? Meteor, gravitation, magnetism, indirect. Seismology, mining is a direct source. So 2, 3, 4, 5 are 2, 3, 4, 5 are indirect sources. So only 4. Option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on earthquake waves. P waves are similar to sound waves. Yes. P waves result in density differences in material through which they pass. They move in this manner, create density differences. It is correct. S waves vibrate perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. Correct or not? S waves vibrate perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. Correct. S waves are first to arrive on the surface. First is P wave, followed by S wave. So 1, 2 and 3 are correct, so only 3. P waves are similar to sound waves, correct. P waves result in density differences, correct. S waves vibrate perpendicular, correct. Okay. 1, 2 and 3, only 3. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on earthquake. Focus is the point of start of an earthquake and lies below the surface of earth. Correct? Hai? Second statement. Hypocenter lies vertically above focus. That is called as epicenter. Hypocenter is another name for focus only. It is the wrong one. Body waves are more destructive than surface waves. False or correct? Body waves are less destructive, surface waves are more destructive. Body waves have a shadow zone, but surface waves do not have a shadow zone. So it is a correct one. Statement 4 is correct, 1 is correct, 2 and 3 are wrong. So 2, option B, B for boy, only 2 shall be the right answer to this particular question. Question number 40. Consider the following statements. Oceanic crust has higher density and thickness as compared to continental crust. Density is more, thickness is less. So it is the wrong one. A layer of mantle is the source for magma during volcanic eruption. Asthenosphere is basically part of mantle only. and molten material from asthenosphere moves up during volcanic eruption. So it is correct. Lithosphere consists of entire crust and upper mantle. What is false in that? Lithosphere, entire crust, whatever crust is there, and the upper solid part of mantle, that is lithosphere. It is correct. So 1 is wrong, 2 and 3 are correct. Statement number 4, barosphere consists of both inner and outer core. Barosphere is the term for the entire core. So it will use inner core and outer core both. So statement 2, 3 and 4, all 3 statements are correct. First is wrong. So only 3 options C, C for cat shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. Shield volcanoes are the largest of all volcanoes and are made up of basalt. Shield volcanoes are the largest volcanoes, yes or no? Composite volcanoes are known for eruption of acidic lava. Yes? Acidic lava, thick lava, composite lava. Composite volcano will be having eruption of acidic lava. It is a correct one. And the next statement. Calderas are the most explosive among all volcanoes. So calderas are the most explosive. This is also correct. So all 3 statements hold true, and so option C, C for cat, should be the right answer. Consider the following statements on intrusive volcanic landforms. At any point, if you need any clarification, to ask me. Dome shaped deposition is termed as lapolith. Saucer shaped deposition is termed as laccolith. Horizontal deposition are known as sills. Vertical depositions are known as dikes. Statement number 1, correct or wrong? Statement number 1, dome shaped deposition are known as laccolith, not lapolith. They are laccolith. What is written in statement number 2 will go with statement number 1. Whatever that is written in statement number 1 will go with statement number 2. So 1 and 2 both will become wrong. Saucer shape, sorry, batholith. Batholith is also dome shaped. Laccolith is also dome shaped. The only difference is that laccolith is from a conduit, from a pipe, and some horizontal deposition taking a dome shape. Batholith is an entire magma chamber dome shape. Right? Batholith, we are unaware about the base. How far is the base? For laccolith, laccolith, we know it is having a flat base and dome shape. Are you getting that? So the entire magma chamber, batholith, dome shaped, correct. Laccolith also dome shaped with a flat base. It may be like a gap when the molten material is moving out from a vertical fissure or whatever crack that it is able to find. It finds some horizontal place, and the material moves into that horizontal place. It gets a flat base with a dome shape, laccolith, right. So dome shape will go with both laccolith and batholith. So 1 and 2 are wrong. Horizontal depositions are known as sill. Sill is the term when it is thick. When it becomes thin, it is called as sheet. Vertical depositions are known as dikes, right. याद है कुछ जो पढ़ा था? Dikes के example? Batholith. India is having any example of these intrusive landforms exposed? उत्तराखंड में? उत्तराखंड में होगा, अभी नहीं, बाद में होगा. Dome shaped, saucer shaped, these type of intrusive landforms are visible in which part of our country? Chotanagpur Plateau region. Ranchi Plateau is an example of batholith. Bundelkhand, you find so many examples of dikes exposed to atmosphere. They are called as mesa and butte. So what was the answer? 1 is wrong, 2 is wrong, 3 and 4 are correct. Only 2, option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Question number 43. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. The continents have drifted apart over the period of time resulting in the present distribution of ocean and continents. Correct? Strong convectional currents present in the mantle portion causes the movement of lithosphere. Yes or no? Strong convectional current that are present in lithosphere cause the movement of plates. So both the statements are correct, and the second one is a correct explanation for statement 1. So option A for apple shall be the right answer. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Any discrepancy, any doubt in that? Consider the following statements. Oceanic crust rocks are much younger than continental crust rocks. Oceanic bottoms are much more diverse in topography than continents. Continents are having higher diverse topography or oceans? Oceans are having more diverse topography. Both the statements are correct. Option C for cat shall be the right answer. The focus of an earthquake in areas of mid-oceanic ridges is deep-seated. Focus of the earthquake along the alpine Himalayan belt is a shallow one. In mid-oceanic ridges, it will be shallow depth. In alpine Himalayan mountain, it will be deep. So both are wrong. So neither one nor two. Option D for dog shall be the right answer. Consider the following features. Volcano, trench, fold mountains, mid-oceanic ridges, island arcs, transform faults. Which of the above are directly related to convergence of plates? Volcano, trench, fold mountains, mid-oceanic ridges, island arcs, transform faults. Which of the above are directly related to? Volcano is related, yes or no? Trench, yes. Fold mountains, yes. Mid-oceanic ridges, they are related to oceanic divergence. Island arcs, yes. Transform faults, no, not directly related. Indirectly to relate हो जाएगा transform fault, but it is asking above are directly related to convergence of plates. So it is not direct phenomena related to convergence. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 will be the right answer. 1, 2, 3 and 5 will be the right answer. Option A for apple shall be the right answer to this particular question. Consider the following statements on plate movement. The movement of plates is affected by rotation of earth. The movement of plate is affected by rotation of earth. Rotation of earth, yes or no? Convective flow beneath the rigid plates cause plate movement. Residual heat and radioactive decay are the major source of heat for these convection cells. All three statements hold true. So option C for cat shall be the right answer. Are you getting that? Consider the following statements. Fast divergence of oceanic plates form ridge. Slow divergence of oceanic plates form rise. If the oceanic plates, what the question is saying, if the oceanic plates are moving apart fastly, quickly, then ridge is formed. When they are moving apart but slowly, then rise is formed. Think over that, both the statements are correct or not? Both the statements are correct? Okay, I ask you all a very simple question. If ridge is being formed or rise is being formed, in which of these two do you expect low viscosity material to move out? See, when the divergence is fast, what is happening? The plates are moving apart at a faster rate. So, a comparatively larger gap is created between the plates from which molten material moves out. So, the quantity of molten material that is moving out is more, and when it moves out all of a sudden, then that entire volume of material cannot solidify immediately at the center of the ridge, and hence it moves, diverges out. When it moves and covers a larger distance, that is called as a rise. Are you getting that? And when a small quantity of material moves out, then it solidifies, it moves out. Before it can travel some horizontal distance, it loses heat and solidifies. Before it can travel some horizontal distance, again it solidifies. It forms a vertically taller structure, and that is called as a ridge. So, Pacific Ocean, southeast of Pacific Ocean, East Pacific rise that is being formed over there, that is by fast divergence that is taking place. Atlantic, slow divergence is taking place, and so you are getting the formation of ridge. So, fast divergence will be associated with rise, slow divergence will be associated with ridge. So, both the statements are wrong over here. And hence, neither one nor two, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Any confusion in that? Any cross question, any confusion in that? This is rise, this is ridge. Ridge is tall, steep slopes, rise is less in height, having less steep slopes, right? Both are formed by the same mechanism, same process. The only difference is that here the divergence is taking place slowly, here the divergence is taking place fastly. Due to fast divergence, more material is moving out, and so instead of being capable of building a tall structure, it builds a wide structure, and that is called as a rise. Clear on that? So it will be neither one nor two, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. Clear है ना वाला concept पूरा? Silica, aluminum, iron, oxygen. Arrange them in specific order. Maximum will be what? Oxygen or iron? Iron नहीं होगा. Oxygen followed by, and the fourth is iron. And if we talk about the entire earth, iron will be maximum, right? Here, because in crust all the metals are present in the form of ores, and all ores will be having oxygen, so oxygen increases. So it's oxygen, silica, aluminum, iron. So it's 4123, 4123. Option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. B for ball, okay. Consider the following statements of minerals. Half of the earth's crust is composed of feldspar. An important component of granite is quartz. Pyroxene, amphibole and mica are also found in earth's crust. Correct answer from the code given below. All are correct. A direct question, very easy question. Question number 51. Consider the following statements on rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks have large grains, whereas extrusive igneous rocks have small grains. Correct or not? Intrusive igneous rocks means the rocks which are formed below the surface of earth. It is written that they are having large grains, big size grains. Okay. And extrusive means which are formed on the surface. They are having small size grain. So its statement is correct, or it is written reverse. While taking up our classes, I explained you the freezing of water, ice, that is small focal points, nuclei develops around which freezing starts, right? So those small nuclei which develop as point where the process of freezing or transformation from liquid to solid state start, that is called as a grain in case of primary rock formation. When it is exposed to atmosphere, then all of a sudden heat is lost and the size of the grain is not able to increase, because heat is lost from multiple places on that exposed surface. But when the same rock cools down below the surface of earth slowly over the period of time, then it loses out heat, but the loss of heat is a slow process. When it is a slow process, a particular grain 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, for example, nuclei develops over there. Those nuclei takes longer time to radiate out or transfer the heat from the central core, and hence very less number of grains develop, but the grains grow in size, they become large in size. So when intrusive igneous rocks develop below the surface, the size of the grain is more. When they are exposed to the surface, same material, same molten material, lava, when exposed to the surface, it cools down all of a sudden and hundreds of nuclei develop around which the process of cooling freezing starts, and so the size of the grain is not able to shoot up, it remains small. Are you getting that? So statement is 100% correct. Intrusive igneous rocks have larger grains, example granite. Extrusive igneous rocks have small grains, basalt. Basalt flat, granite large grains, and large grains do what? They are fixed into each other like this. So the strength of the rock increases. Basalt will be having comparatively less strength as compared to granite. Lithification, any doubt? Lithification is a process related to formation of sedimentary rocks. Layers of rocks get formed, they are pressed, huge pressure, due to that compaction takes place, they becomes compact and we get the formation of a rock that is called as sedimentary rock. So lithification is that process, it is correct. Volume gets altered during the formation of metamorphic rocks. Metamorphism is what? Huge temperature, huge pressure for a long period of time. So due to huge temperature, huge pressure, what will happen? Heat will be there, so volume may change, so volume gets altered, correct. Foliation or lineation and banding are generally associated with metamorphism. What is foliation? Foliation or lineation, what is that? Weathering is a process. Due to weathering, lines develop for different minerals, right? It is called as lineation or foliation. Banding, thick lines for particular minerals, that is associated. So first statement is correct, second 3 correct, 4 is also correct, all 4 option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. Geomorphic processes and geomorphic agents can be considered as one and the same. Geomorphic process और geomorphic agent same हो सकता है? Yes or no? Geomorphic process and geomorphic agents are one and the same, correct or wrong? 100% correct. Geomorphic processes and geomorphic agents, unless and until it is specified separately, they are considered to be one and the same, and specifically for exogenic, 100% correct. If you use the term geomorphic processes or you are talking about geomorphic agents, especially for exogenic, unless and until it is mentioned separately, it will be considered as one and the same. And this direct line is written in class 11th NCERT chapter on geomorphology, where they have explained geomorphic processes. Are you getting that? So it is can be considered as one and the same, 100% correct statement. Diastrophism and volcanism are endogenic geomorphic processes. Agina, correct? Endogenic है. Diastrophism and volcanism, force is coming from within. Weathering and erosion are exogenic. 100% correct. So 1 is correct, 2 is correct, 3 is correct. All 3 are correct. Any doubt? So geomorphic process and geomorphic agent, specifically I said na ki for exogenic, if it is not mentioned separately, they will be considered as one and the same. And in general it will also go for endogenic, but for exogenic it is specifically written over there that if it is not mentioned otherwise separately, then it will be considered as one and the same. Geomorphic processes, if we talk about exogenic, they are denutational processes. Agents are also agents of denudation only, one and the same. So all three statements are correct. Option 3, sorry, C for cat will be the right answer. Question number 53. Consider the following statements. Orogenic processes are related to continent building. Epirogenic processes are related to mountain building. Opposite written. Orogenic is mountain building, epirogenic is continent building. Orogenic forces are tangential in nature. Epirogenic forces are radial in nature. See, we are having one block of plate, we are having another block of plate, and suppose convergence, divergence, anything is taking place. कुछ भी मान लेते. Suppose convergence is taking place, both the plates are moving towards each other. Exactly when the plates are moving towards each other, then we are having a round earth, almost a spherical earth. And if we are talking about any section of the plate moving towards each other, then two sections of the plate are moving towards each other. यही ना convergence है. So one section of the plate moving here, another plate moving in this manner. So what is the direction of force applied over here? The direction of force is this, and here the direction of force is this. So is this line not representing tangent to the circle? Yes or no? And this will result in mountain building, yes or no? So this is a tangential force. बात है समझ में आ रही? And focus over here. Here we are having a continent, any continent. This continent is going up, epirogenic movement, or it is moving down, epirogenic movement. Then what is present over here? What is this? Radius. Going up, radius will increase. Going down, radius will reduce. So this force is not radial. Yes or no? It is acting along the radius of earth. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा? It is acting along the radius of earth. So it is called as radial force. Now have a look over here. Orogenic forces are tangential in nature. Correct? Epirogenic forces are radial in nature. Correct? So 3 and 4 are correct, 1 and 2 are wrong. So only 2, option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? कौन सा ला? Epirogenic forces, when a continent is moving up or it is moving down, then the whole lot of continent is going up or it is moving down, right? Epirogenic forces were considered applicable at the time of formation of earth, when the initially continents were formed. Don't confuse it with movement of continents, drift of continents. If you will confuse it with the drift of continents, then you have to look only at the margins of the continent, then it will be orogenic. By plate tectonics has not explained that how the continents were formed. Plate tectonics is only explaining the movement and the drift of continents. The formation of continent plate tectonics ने explain नहीं किया, right? So epirogenic is a movement which is a part of geomorphic process, which is a slow movement, which is a part of diastrophism, in which the whole continental mass will be going up or it will be going down. So that is called as a continent building process. Don't relate it with sails. तो फिर इसको भी आप tangential बोलोगे. Don't confuse it with that. That is tangential, this is radial. Clear? Epirogenic. No, subsiding. You are talking about subduction. Subduction is due to plate tectonics. That will be tangential. When one plate subducts below another plate, then basically the plates are moving towards each other. And so one of the plate is moving down. When one of the plate is moving down, that is because of the tangential forces acting. Right? But due to subduction, it will not happen that the entire continent went down. That is not subduction. Clear? Can we move on? Sure on that? So here 3 and 4 are correct statements, 1 and 2 are wrong. Consider the following statements on weathering of rocks. It is an in situ process. Yes or no? It is an essential precondition for erosion to take place. False or true? It is not an essential precondition. If it will happen, erosion will be supported. So it will aid erosion. But it is nothing like that. If weathering has not taken place, then erosion cannot take place. Even if weathering has not taken place, erosion is possible. So it is not an essential precondition. But yes, if weathering is there, erosion will be supported. Erosion will be enhanced. More erosion will take place. But it is not a compulsory precondition. So statement is wrong. It may cause enrichment of valuable materials in weathered rock. Can anyone explain that? It will cause enrichment of valuable materials in weathered rock. It is a true or false? Those who are saying true. So how it will cause enrichment of valuable materials? Any idea? Proportion wise, right? Concentration will increase or reduce. Chemical weathering, if chemical weathering takes place, then something gets dissolved in some solvent and moves away over the period of time. Now whatever that is left is a valuable mineral. Now it is enriched, concentration increase, it becomes a resource, valuable resource. So it is an in situ process, correct. Statement 2 is wrong, statement 3 is correct. So 1 and 3 are correct, so only 2 option B before boy is the right answer. Any questions? Clear on that? Consider the following statements on mass movement. These are aided by gravity. They are a type of erosion supported by exogenic agents. Yes, they may be slow as well as rapid. Slow भी हो सकता है, rapid भी हो सकता है. Weathering aids mass movement. They are a type of erosion supported by exogenic agents. Is weathering, is mass movement a type of erosion supported by exogenic agents? What is the basic definition of mass movement? Movement of material only under the impact of gravity without getting any support or aid from exogenic geomorphic agents. That is called as mass movement of mass wasting. The movement of material only under the impact of gravity without getting any support or without aided by exogenic or endogenic geomorphic agents. Without getting any aid from exogenic. आपने कितना लिखा, पढ़ के सुनाइए, मैं बता देता हूँ इतना. अच्छा, I repeat the entire thing. The movement of material aided by gravity without any support of exogenic agents is called mass movement. So it is aided by gravity. Landslide takes place, mass movement, only gravity. पानी का, बारिश का कोई रूल नहीं. Confused? See, whenever the material is moving from one place to another place, because of air, because of water, because of glacier, because of any exogenic geomorphic agent, that is erosion. Because the wind is blowing, so the material is moving, right? Wind is blowing or not, that is secondary. Material started sliding down under the impact of gravity, is mass movement. the reason for the initiation of mass movement may be earthquake or anything like that. Earth started shaking, shivering, and the material was loose. Gravity started pulling that material down, landslide. At the same time, before this happening, if rainfall has taken place and the soil over there is saturated with water, then it is more susceptible to mass wasting. But still that water is not capable or potent enough to cause the flow of material downward. But it has made the particles loose or easily susceptible to mass wasting. So when mass wasting or mass movement is one and the same, first of all, कभी मुंह से मेरे wasting निकल रहा है, movement निकल रहा है, confuse मत होना, दोनों एक ही. So mass movement and mass wasting, when they are taking place, when it is taking place, it will only and only take place under the impact of gravitational force. That's it. No other thing will support that. So they are aided by gravity, correct? They are a type of erosion supported by exogenic agent. No, that is not at all a type of erosion. Erosion एकदम अलग चीज है, mass wasting और movement एकदम अलग. They may be slow as well as rapid. Slow solifluction है, soil creep है, slow होगा. Rapid landslide, avalanche, rockfall, debris avalanche, they are all rapid. So they can be slow or rapid. Weathering aids mass movement. Aids तो सबको कर ही रहेगा, right? So it is not a direct cause. It is only aiding mass movement. So 1, 3 and 4 are correct. 2 is wrong. So only 3, option C for cat shall be the right answer. Yes. That question? Yeah. Mass movement is basically moving down under the impact of gravity, right? Mass movement is not related to exogenic agent. Exogenic agent will do what? It will aid, it will be a type, result in some type of weathering, right? And it is already written that weathering aids mass movement. So because of exogenic agent like insolation, wind, rainfall, glacier, the material or the rock present in a particular location may become more fragile, more weak, may become more fragmented, right? And then it will be more affected by any slight disturbance and it will start falling down under the impact of gravity. But when a specific movement will take place, it will take place only under the impact of gravity. So if you are saying that exogenic agents will support it from backhand, so that is already written over there that weathering aids mass movement. Speed up the mass movement. When we talk about slow processes, creep, solifluction, it is a very long drawn process. In 2 or 3 years, the material will creep down by 5 to 6 inches. So it is not perceptible that what is causing that. So it is considered as moving down under the impact of gravity. Are you getting that? When you talk about rapid movements, in those rapid movement, landslide takes place for a fraction of seconds, 2 or 3 or 5 seconds. In that small fraction of second, you cannot say that something is speeding up or something is reducing it, right? So it is considered as movement taking place only under the impact of gravity. Yeah. Can I move on? Yes. Question number 53. Yes. What could be the ये? What can be the rise of contraction, excessive heat? Due to contraction, earth started contracting, so it started moving down. When earth was having very high temperature, then earth was comparatively expanded in the form of a small balloon, small in comparison to solar system, in comparison of a balloon. When it started cooling down, then some regions started cooling down at different rates, other regions at different rate. As a result, at some places depressions were formed, at some places they were comparatively elevated. So the leftover portions became continent. Those which were witnessing depression or excessive contraction, they transformed into oceans over a period of time filled with water. So what happened? Imagine a big spherical ball, imagine a globe, right? Ball. Process of cooling starts all across the globe, right from North Pole to South Pole and from east to west. The rate of cooling is not uniform. It keeps on changing. Different places, different rates of cooling, right? So it resulted in that at some places the continent remained up, at some places it moved down. When it moved down, then simple law of physics, these are all basically hypotheses, it is not proven. Suppose what happened, you take your fist and bang in local sand. So when you will bang in local sand, your hand will go down by 1, 2 or 3 inches. But when it will go down by 1 or 2, 3 inches, the adjacent sand will be pushed up. So when certain section was contracting, it also created a counter effect due to surrounding region may have started moving up. But whatever movement that was taking place, it was acting along the radius of the earth, and so these are called as radial force. Okay? This one is clear. Answer is 1, 3 and 4. Only 3. Option C. You know. Consider the following statements: landslide, snow avalanche, creep, solifluction, mud flow, slump, rockfall. How many of the above comes under the category of mass wasting? All come under the category of mass wasting. Can you tell which are slow and which are fast? Creep is slow or fast? Solifluction, mud flow, slump, rapid. Slump is also rapid. All are correct. Slump, material is sliding down with a backward rotation. That is slump. So all 7 will be correct. Answer D. D for dog. Material sliding down with a backward rotation. Yeah. Creep. Many a times you go to mountains. When you go to mountains, you are moving on the road. On one side there is a valley, on one side you are having the slope. On the slope there is a pole, and if you watch that pole at many of the places, pole is not erect, it is slightly bended towards the valley. So why it is bended towards the valley? Because over the period of last 5, 6 or 7 years, the movement of the soil has taken place at a very slow rate, which has exerted pressure on the base of the pole and causing it to bend towards the valley. That is called as creep. Earth flow, mud flow are comparatively fast. Slump. We are having a slope. Suppose this is the slope. From this slope, material starts moving down, right? The movement of the material in the lower section of the slope is fast. It moves down suddenly. Upper section starts moving after a lag of time. Lag of time means fraction of seconds. So a space is created at the bottom, and the upper section, when it starts moving down, it finds a hollow space, and so it rotates backward. So with backward rotation, it is called as slump. Consider the following statements: glaciers are more effective agents of erosion than wind. Wind is a better? Yes. What is erosion? Erosion is what? Potential energy getting converted into kinetic energy is 1 by 2. It depends upon mass and velocity. So because it depends upon mass and velocity, So whichsoever will be having more mass will be considered as a better agent of erosion. So if you compare wind and glacier, तो दोनों के mass का कोई comparison है क्या? Which is having more mass? Glacier is having much more mass as compared to wind. So glaciers are more effective agents of erosion as compared to wind. 100% correct statement. Waves are an agent of erosion, whereas groundwater is an agent of deposition. Both can be considered as agent of erosion and deposition. So here we can consider only one only as the correct statement. However, statement 2 is slightly ambiguous. I framed this question. Now while reading it, I am able to recognize that it is slightly ambiguous. It should have been written as waves are only an agent of erosion and groundwater is only an agent of deposition, to make this statement completely wrong. Are you getting that? So here we will consider statement 1 as correct, statement 2 as wrong. The only correction that we should have done over here is that we should have written only. Question number 58. Consider the following statements. A landscape having traces of the past is known as, this is not from NCERT. थोड़ा सा डाइसी है, डिलेमा आ रहा है रीड करने में, राइट? आप रॉन्ग मान सकते हैं, लेकिन ओनली लिखा होना चाहिए था, दैट वुड हैव बीन बेटर. सी द स्टेटमेंट इज रिटन एज waves are an agent of erosion, correct है, whereas ग्राउंड वाटर इज एन एजेंट ऑफ डिपोजिशन, जबकि ग्राउंड वाटर डिपोजिशन का एजेंट है, ये भी करेक्ट है, राइट? बीच में वेयर एज लिखा हुआ है ना, बाकी मैं बता रहा हूँ ना, यूपीएससी का एग्जाम थोड़ी ना हो रहा है, तो आप मान भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी मान सकते. यस, wind के पास भी है velocity, but it is dependent upon mass as well, velocity as well, right? So when we compare the mass into velocity phenomena 1 by 2 mv square, then glacier becomes having a more pronounced impact on erosion as compared to wind. जैसे कि for example, if a glacier is sliding down and suppose it is sliding down a length of 1 kilometer downslide, then it will scratch against the walls of the valley and it can carry huge amount of material downward. Even big blocks of rock, boulders can be displaced by glacier. Now wind is blowing at a speed of 200 kilometers per hour, right? Will it be able to displace that much? No. So the impact of glacier is much more as compared to wind. Compare contrast में glacier will be having more impact as compared to wind. Clear on that? This is not from NCERT. While framing the questions, all of a sudden it came to my mind. So I put the question over there. A landscape having the traces of past is known as palimpsest topography. Yes or no? This we have taken up. We have taken up it in class. This is known as palimpsest topography. Yes or no? Denudation chronology is used to reconstruct the history of a degraded relief feature. Correct? Yes or no? Both are correct. Recall your classes of PMP. We have discussed this point over there. What is denudation chronology? याद नहीं है, भूल गए सब लोग. Consider the following statements on soils. In middle latitudinal mountains, soils of south facing and north facing slopes are different. बताइए, what is the answer? In middle latitudes, soil of south facing and north facing slopes are different. Yes or no? Because south facing slopes experience sunlight, north facing no sunlight. Yes. Tropical climates, calcium carbonate nodules are found. Concur is found in tropical climate. Yes or no? Humus content is more in cold climates as compared to humid tropical climates. Humus content is more in cold climates as compared to humid tropical climates. Correct or wrong? Humus content is more in cold climates as compared to tropical humid climate, because in tropical humid climates it is lost by heavy rainfall. It is not added to the soil, and the statement is on soils. Humus content is more in cold climates as compared to tropical humid climates. Absolutely correct statement. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is correct, statement 3 is also correct, 110%. All the 3 statements hold true. Option C, C for cat shall be the right answer. Doubt? Consider the following statements: waterfall, rapid, V-shaped valley, meander, oxbow lake, floodplain, natural levees. How many of the above are associated with palimpsest? Topography is basically a topography in which you are having traces. Some traces are left out, and those traces are studied in such a manner that the current agents which are acting in that particular region, like wind, water, glacier, or whatever that is acting in that particular region, what happens? They are conducting some erosion, some deposition. So some erosion and deposition is taking place over this particular region, for example. So whatever is the rate of erosion and deposition that is taking place now, it is applied, or it is calculated and it is applied, that what would have been the relief feature almost 1000 years back, 1 million years back, if the same rate of denudation is applicable. For that to apply, you should be having some traces, that some relict mountain is left out. So whatever mountain that is left out, over that you will apply the forces of erosion, the forces of deposition which are taking place now, and if the same rate is applicable for last 1 million years, then what would have been the structure of this mountain 1 million years back? That is denudation chronology. But that chronology can be applicable only on such a land where some traces are left out. Now if mountains are over, all flat land is there, on what you will apply denudation chronology? So such a region which is having traces over which denudation chronology can be applied is called as palimpsest topography. Waterfall, rapid, V-shaped valley, meander, oxbow lake, floodplain, natural levees. How many of the above are associated with youth stage of the river? 4. Which 4? Meander. See, when you get a question in the examination that how many of the above are associated with the youth stage of a river, then it is a generalized question. यूथ स्टेज की रिवर में कौन कौन से फीचर हमको मिल सकते, यू हैव टू फोकस इन दैट मैन. अब कोई एक रिवर यूथ स्टेज में कहीं कुछ बना दे, दैट विल नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड ओवर हियर दैट दिस इज द फीचर ऑफ यूथ स्टेज, राइट. सो वाटरफॉल यस, रैपिड यस, वी शेड वैली यस, मेंडर मैच्योर और ओल्ड का फीचर है, ऑक्सबो ओल्ड स्टेज, फ्लड प्लेन ओल्ड स्टेज, नेचुरल लीवीज मैच्योर एंड ओल्ड स्टेज. So 1 2 3 only 3, option C, C for cat shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements: a gorge has steep to straight sides, whereas a canyon has step-like side slopes. True or false? A gorge has steep to straight sides, correct? Vertical होते हैं तो canyon थोड़ा सा slant हो जाएगा, step-like, correct? A gorge is uniform in width from top to bottom, whereas canyon is wider at top. Correct, 100% correct. A gorge is formed on hard rocks, whereas canyon gets formed in sedimentary rocks. Correct or not? 100% correct. Gorge is formed in hard rock, canyon gets formed in sedimentary rock. Entrenched meander. अगर एनसीईआरटी पढ़ी है आप लोगों ने, entrenched meander is written over there. It results in the formation of canyon only, right? So both the statements 1 and 2 are correct. 3 is also correct. The river valley, the river which is new in origin, it cuts through the hard rock. If sedimentary rocks are there and the river is very young in origin, then it will not be creating a vertical deep structure. It will cause a complete erosion of that particular region. Hard rock में वो अपनी valley काट लेगी, it will carve out its valley and find a path and move on. Antecedent rivers, the rivers which are antecedent, they carve out gorge in their path downward toward the ocean. So it is in hard rock. Canyon gets formed in sedimentary rock. The rivers are not having enough amount of water. Rivers are comparatively having seasonal character or comparatively less amount of water. That results in the formation of canyon. Canyon is a feature of dry climate, semi-arid. Gorge is a feature of humid climate. बहुत सारा पानी होगा gorge में, यहाँ पे पानी कम हो जाएगा. Are you getting that? Got your answer? Any other question? So all three are correct. All three are correct. Only three options C for cat is the right answer. Consider the following statements. Right. Rivers on mountain develop V-shaped valley due to vertical erosion. Potholes are formed at riverbeds which get deeper and wider with time. Potholes are basically what? A depression gets formed in the base of the river. Pebbles get deposited, they keep on rotating. The depression becomes deeper, deeper, deeper. So both are correct and statement 2 is a correct explanation for statement 1, right? Statement 1 and 2 are correct and statement 2 is explaining statement 1. What is wrong in that? Deepening of valley. जब valley deepening होगी तभी तो V shape बनेगा. If valley will be widened, it will be called as a U-shaped valley. If valley will be deepened, it will be V-shaped valley. So vertical erosion forms V-shaped valley. Why in this question you have said that V-shaped valley is related to youth stage of the river? V-shaped valley gets formed over the mountains because of vertical erosion is dominant over lateral erosion. When you come to mature stage or old stage, lateral erosion becomes dominant over vertical erosion. Vertical erosion खत्म हो जाता, lateral erosion फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत चलता रहता. So vertical erosion, if it is happening, the most prominent feature that gets formed by vertical erosion is V-shaped valley. And for V-shaped valley, valley deepening has to take place. And for valley deepening, pothole is the mechanism for deepening of valley. So both the statement will hold true and statement 2 correctly explains statement 1. Any doubt? We are going through this module of question है, उसमें फिर से ना समझो तो अच्छा है. इट इज ऑल्सो यूट्यूब लाइव स्ट्रीम, बच्चे ऑनलाइन में बहुत सारे बैठ के देख रहे हैं. क्लास के बाद आ जाइएगा, फिर से समझा दूँ. Consider the following statements. Plunge pools, river terraces, alluvial fans, point bars, gullies, braided channels, canyons. How many of the above are depositional landforms of the river? Plunge pool is what? It is formed at the base of the waterfall. Erosional. River terraces, river conducted deposition, floodplain बन गया. Later on, the same river conducted erosion and that results in river terraces. So it is not depositional. River terrace will be formed because of erosion over depositional. ध्यान से सुनो मेरी बात. River terrace will be formed by erosive action of the river on the same landform which was deposited by the same river. So a river conducted deposition. After deposition, river started conducting erosion. So finally, river terrace जब बना तो what is happening? Erosion. So it is an erosional landform, not a depositional land. Alluvial fans, deposition. Point bar, depositional. Gullies, erosional. Braided channel, depositional. Canyon, erosional. So we are having Depositional landforms we are having alluvial fan, point bar and braided channels. So 3 are there. So only 3 option B for boy shall be the right answer. Got that? Sure on that? Consider the following statements. Stalactites and stalagmites are associated with limestone topography. Correct. Outwash plains are related to flood plains of the river. It has nothing to do with the flood plains. Outwash plains are related to glacial topography. Moraines. After the formation of moraines, we get the formation of outwash plains. Arate and coal are related to glacial landforms. Yes, correct. Biscuit topography, same it is. Stacks and stumps are associated with the wave action, not the desert action. They are associated with wave action. So, stalactite, stalagmites, limestone topography, correct. Outwash plains, incorrect. Arate coal, correct. Stacked stumps, incorrect. So, 2 are correct, 2 are wrong, only 2. Option B for boy shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on sand dunes. In barkhans, the sand gets deposited on the leeward side, correct. Parabolic dunes are reverse barkhans. 100% correct state. Most of the sand dunes keep on shifting. They are not static, they keep on shifting. So all 3 options C for cat shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. 99% of the Earth's atmosphere is concentrated in first 32 kilometers. Direct line from NCERT, correct. Oxygen is found up to a greater height as in atmosphere than carbon dioxide and water vapor. Oxygen is found up till the height of 120 kilometers. Carbon dioxide and water is found up till a height of 80 kilometers. Oxygen is found up till a greater height in our atmosphere as compared to carbon dioxide and water vapor. It is correct statement. So first is correct, second is also is correct. 1 and 2 both are correct. Option C for cat shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. Water vapor increases from equator to poles. It reduces from equator to poles. So it is a wrong one. Dust particles are more in equatorial regions than subtropical and temperate regions. Dust particles are more in subtropical region, temperate region. They are less in equatorial region. So first is incorrect. Second is also incorrect. So neither 1 nor 2. Option D for dog shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Yes. Consider the following statements. The Earth's surface receives most of its energy in the form of long waves. Correct? Incoming radiation is short wave. Returning is long wave. So it is a wrong one. Second statement, Earth radiates back energy in the form of short waves. It is long waves. So it is also wrong. The solar constant is not fixed and varies during the year. Solar constant, the amount of insolation that is received on the top of atmosphere is called as solar constant, right? It is not fixed, it keeps on varying with the change of season, wobble of the earth, change in distance between the earth and sun. So it is not fixed. So statement 3 is correct, 1 and 2 are wrong. So only one, option A for apple shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. Equator receives less insolation than tropics. Yes or no? At same latitude, insolation is more over continents than oceans. If we are talking about the same latitude, amount of insolation reaching the surface of earth will be more over continents as compared to oceans. Correct or not? Why? Huh? Yeah, more cloud cover over the oceans. So cloud are known for albedo. They will reflect back the radiation. So cloud cover is more over oceans, and so the amount of insolation reaching over the ocean will be comparatively less as compared to continents. So at same latitude, insolation is more over continents than oceans. Correct. Maximum insolation is received over subtropical desert, correct statement. So all three statements hold true. So all three, option C for cat, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Consider the following statements. Statement 1. In middle latitudes, most of diurnal variation in daily weather is caused by advection alone. Statement 2. The transfer of heat through horizontal movement of air is called advection. First of all, let's focus on statement number 2. The transfer of heat through horizontal movement of air is called advection. Correct or not? 100% correct statement. What is the problem in number 1? Yes, convection is only responsible, sorry, advection is only responsible for daily weather phenomena up and down in middle latitudes, because in middle latitudes it is the movement of air masses on daily basis that define the temperature conditions, pressure conditions, rainfall conditions, what rainfall, what precipitation, what condensation will take place, dependent only upon the movement of air masses, and the movement of air masses comes under advection. So 100% correct statement is statement number 1, that in middle latitudes most of the diurnal variation in temperature is due to advection alone. समझ में आ रही है बात? Are you getting that? Yes or no? नहीं आ रही? In middle latitudes, whatever countries that are there, temperate countries, the weather phenomena of those countries is overwhelmed by the movement of air masses only. Some air mass is coming, some is going, sometimes under the impact of tropical air mass, sometimes under the impact of Arctic or polar air mass. On daily basis, the movement of air is determined by air masses only in that particular middle latitudes. That is horizontal movement of air. That is advection. In middle latitudes, if we talk about westerlies moving on the ground, that is not advection. Advection. That is also part of advection, because in middle latitudes the air masses dominate the weather phenomena in those particular region, and the movement of air masses comes under the process of advection. So it is called, this statement holds true, that advection alone will be responsible for daily variation in temperature condition right from morning to evening. Monthly variation advection, yearly variation advection. Advection के अलावा कोई और चीज dominate नहीं करेगी middle latitude. Throughout the year it will happen. So it is advection alone. Second statement is saying the transfer of heat, इसमें तो कोई doubt है नहीं, this is correct. The second statement is correct, but the option is statement 1 2 वाला. So it is saying that both the statements are correct, right? But statement 2 is not an explanation to statement 1. So the correct answer will be option B, B for boy. That both the statements are correct, but statement 2 is not an explanation to statement 1. Are you getting that? Yes or no? Able to understand? Consider the following statements on temperature distribution. The highest range of temperature is observed is more than 60 degrees Celsius over northeast Eurasia, correct or not? The impact of continentality, the maritime effect, Siberia area far away from the ocean, heavy dominance of continental region. So what happens? In summer temperature comes, increases, in winters temperature drops to -60, -65, -70, right? So temperature range increases. Highest temperature range is found in Eurasian region. And if you can recall the lectures of basic geography in which we were discussing about pressure cells, we discussed about permanent pressure cells, Azore high, Icelandic low, Aleutian low, Mascarene high, Atlantic high, Pacific high, कुछ याद है? So that is a region where you are not having any pressure cell. The reason is that it develops low pressure in summer season, high pressure in winter season, pressure cell fluctuates, and so the temperature of range is more. The lowest temperature range is 3 degrees Celsius, but found between 20 degrees south and 15 degrees north. In this region, we are having oceanic area. In that oceanic area, the variation in temperature is small, and so the range of temperature is small. So both the statements hold true. So answer will be both 1 and 2. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Whatever we are discussing in this paper, all statements are directly from NCERT books, without any addition deletions, right? So try to understand that. It is important for your examination. Consider the following statements. Inversion of temperature is a common phenomenon on hills and mountains. False. Why? It should be. I am not getting what you are saying. On hills and mountains, when it is written, so we are talking about the entire mountainous region. We are not written. It is not written mountain top. Valley is a part of mountain only, right? So mountain top is not written. So valley is also not written. So both is there. Both are there. So inversion of temperature is a common phenomenon in hills and mountains. Correct. Statement 2, a long winter night with clear skies and still air is ideal situation for inversion. True. So what will be the answer? A should be the answer. Both are correct, and second is the correct explanation of statement 1. Why B? Why B? Fast, fast, quick. See, the first statement is saying that inversion of temperature. हाँ बोले कुछ पूछना चाह रहे हैं. Inversion of temperature is a common phenomenon on hills and mountains. 100% correct. No issue. Daily inversion of temperature takes place. But what is the reason for inversion of temperature on hills and mountains? That is not this one. That is air drainage. From mountain top, the mountain breeze descends down and settles at the valley bottom and causes inversion of temperature. So the reason which is written over here, this is the reason for inversion of temperature over the plain regions of northern India, if we talk about India, during winter months. So in Delhi, if we are having inversion of temperature, it will be due to statement number 2, right? On mountains, if we are having inversion, it will be due to air drainage. It is not this region. So both the statements are correct, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. Consider the following statements. Vertical pressure gradient force is much larger than horizontal pressure gradient, yet we do not experience strong upward winds. Correct or not? Vertical pressure gradient, base, upper part of troposphere. That pressure gradient force is, it is written over here, that is much stronger as compared to horizontal one. That is much stronger. On the bottom, on the top, like on the horizontal. Suppose the air is blowing from subtropical high pressure belt to equatorial low pressure belt. Subtropical high pressure belt पे और equatorial low pressure belt के बीच में the temperature difference will be what? 10 degree, 15 degree, 20 degree. इससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं होगा. On equator the temperature is 20-25 degree. Upper part, what is the temperature? Troposphere upper part minus 80 degrees Celsius, right? So it is a temperature range of 100 degree. So the pressure gradient has to be very strong. But we do not experience strong upward winds. So the statement is absolutely correct. And statement 2 says that vertical pressure gradient force is generally balanced by a nearly equal but opposite gravitational force. So both are correct, and the second is providing an explanation to statement 1. So option A for apple, shall be the right answer. Question number 74. Consider the following statements. Coriolis force acts perpendicular to advection is basically horizontal movement of air from one place to another. and that results in transfer of heat, transfer of moisture, and so many things. The reason for advection to take place is high pressure, low pressure. High pressure, low pressure dependent upon temperature. Temperature dependent upon rotation as well as revolution. However, the impact of rotation is more pronounced as compared to revolution over a short time period, right? So advection is something that is a daily phenomena. Don't get confused by relating it much to rotation and revolution. Consider it on a local basis, you will be able to understand better. Coriolis force acts perpendicular to pressure gradient force. Pressure gradient force is perpendicular to isobars, correct? Higher the pressure gradient force, higher is the magnitude of Coriolis force. Pressure gradient, Coriolis force acts perpendicular to isobars, and so Coriolis force acts perpendicular to pressure gradient force, 100% correct statement. Pressure gradient force is perpendicular to isobar, this is also correct statement. Higher the pressure gradient force, so if the pressure gradient force is higher, then what will happen? The speed of the wind will be more, and so the higher will be the magnitude of Coriolis. So all three statements hold true. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Wind blowing parallel to isobars is known as geostrophic wind. That is the very definition of geostrophic wind, correct? Coriolis force completely balances the pressure gradient force, resulting in almost 90-degree deflection of the wind. Yes, and this is the only reason. So option A for apple, that both the statements are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. So option A will be the right answer. Consider the following statements. General circulation of air is clockwise and anti-clockwise in northern and southern hemispheres respectively. General circulation. Second statement, cyclonic circulation of the air is anti-clockwise and clockwise in northern and southern hemisphere. Correct. Third, anticyclonic circulation of the air is clockwise and anti-clockwise in northern hemisphere. Correct. First statement is wrong. General circulation of air, northern hemisphere, trade winds moving in this manner. Yes. If we eliminate the starting point and the ending point, then they will keep on turning right. So they will keep on moving right. Yes or no? So general circulation is what, clockwise or not? Suppose you take the example of westerlies. So westerlies are moving in this manner, northern hemisphere. So westerlies keeps on turning right. Suppose they keep on turning right. So this is clockwise or not? Yes. So in northern hemisphere, general circulation is clockwise. Southern hemisphere, general circulation is counterclockwise. So statement 1 is also correct, 2 is also correct, 3 is also correct. Are you getting that? So all three, option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements on extratropical cyclones. Warm frontal precipitation takes place by nimbostratus. Cold frontal precipitation takes place by cumulonimbus. Cold front is faster than warm front and thereby overtakes it. Correct or not? Correct. Cyclone dissipates after the formation of occluded front. Statement number 4 holds true. Statement number 3 holds true. Warm frontal precipitation takes place by nimbostratus. Correct, 100% correct statement. Cold front, cumulonimbus, warm front, nimbostratus. All the statements are written correctly. So all four, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Warm front. Warm to समझ लो पहले. Cold front is faster than warm front. See what is written over here. So because cold front is faster than warm front, it means warm front must be slow and cold front is fast. Slow uplift, nimbostratus cloud. Fast uplift, cumulonimbus cloud. तेजी से हवा ऊपर गई, cumulonimbus clouds get formed. Slow upliftment, nimbostratus. So warm frontal, nimbostratus correct. Cold front, cumulonimbus correct. Occluded front, when the warm air is completely uplifted and the cold air occupies the bottom section. Warm air upper part. So warm air is completely over and above cold air. Then the zone of separation between cold air mass and warm air mass is called as occluded front. That is the last stage of cyclone. After that, cyclone dissipates. So the written cyclone dissipates after the formation of occluded front. Clear? So all four will be correct. चारों सही है ना? Yes, all four are correct. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Tropical cyclones originate only over the seas and on reaching the land they dissipate. False? It's true 100%. Tropical cyclone is always formed over the sea surface. On reaching the land it may dissipate. When they are? So that is a special case. No? In general, when it makes the landfall, after landfall it starts weakening and then dissipates. It can recurve, it can cross the land area, again regenerate, it may pass a big lake and again get momentum, it may pass a region which is having very high humidity, it may be reignited. These are all exceptions. Statement 2. The wind speed in a tropical cyclone reduces on land due to friction by the surface. Why false? Very simple phenomena. Wind is moving, friction is taking place. If friction will take place, speed will reduce. What will cyclone do in that? Cyclone is pulling the air. So air is moving towards the center of cyclone. So wind occupies or gains a particular speed 130, 240, 200, 180 kilometers per hour. That speed as per the pressure is as per the pressure gradient. Now same air is blowing, same wind is blowing over oceanic area, no friction, speed is high. When it will reach the continental area or the land mass, some friction will be exerted by the trees, structures, land, agriculture, whatever that is present over there. So कुछ ना कुछ तो speed में change आएगा ही आएगा. So second statement is, so both the statements are correct. Now will it be considered as an explanation or not? For dissipation, supply of moisture has to stop. So both are correct, but it will not be considered as an explanation of statement 1. Are you getting that? Question number 79. Consider the following statements. Temperature of the air is reduced. Temperature of the air is reduced to dew point it is not this. The question is not asking about the relationship between the temperature and what you have written, relationship between friction and humidity, or friction and anything related to humidity. The question that we have discussed, it is only talking about whether the wind speed will reduce or not. So it will reduce because friction will be there. Temperature of the air is reduced to dew point with its volume remaining constant. Both the volume and the temperature are reduced. Moisture is added to the air through evaporation. In how many of the above cases condensation can take place? Huh? Statement number 1. Temperature of air is reduced to dew point with its volume remaining constant. Temperature is reducing, volume is same. Irrespective of volume, temperature is reducing. So the capacity of the air to hold moisture will reduce. So condensation can take place. So it can be a condition. Both the volume temperature, तो भी condensation हो जाएगा. Volume भी कम हो रहा है, temperature भी कम हो रहा है. because condensation is dependent on what? Basically temperature. Temperature कम हो रहा था होगा. Moisture is added to the air through evaporation. Air can become saturated. However, the most generalized reason is reduction of temperature. But even 3 cannot be ruled out. इससे भी evaporation से condensation हो सकता है, right? So all 3 can be the reasons for condensation to take place. Volume reduces, temperature reduces. Temperature कम हुआ, air contract भी कर गई. So the capacity of the air to hold moisture reduces, extra humidity is thrown out, that is condensation. Got that? NCERT class 11th, chapter on condensation precipitation. फर्स्ट पेज जहां खत्म होगा, सेकंड पेज जहां शुरू होगा, पहले पैराग्राफ में तीनों पॉइंट लिखते हैं और कॉमा पंक्चुएशन सब कुछ ऐसे लिखा. कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स. For dew formation, condensation must take place below freezing point. For dew formation, condensation should be above 0 degree Celsius. For frost formation, it should be below 0 degree. So both are wrong. Mist contains more moisture than fog. Mist contains more moisture than fog. 100% correct statement. The total moisture in mist is more than fog. Heavy cloud cover is ideal condition for all types of condensation. There should be no cloud cover in general. बस cloud के अपने बनने के लिए वो छोड़ दो. On the surface of earth for condensation to take place, cloud should not be there, right? So 3 and 4 are wrong. 1 and 2 are, sorry, 1 and 2 are wrong, and 4 is also wrong. Only 3 is correct. So only one, option A. Same volume, fog, mist. Mist, more number of particles, concentration of water more. Fog, less number of particles, concentration of water less. Consider the following description. Can I move on? The daily range of temperature is low. Precipitation occurs throughout the year. Thunderstorm in summer and frontal precipitation in winter are common. Precipitation varies 75 to 150. हर बार यूपीएससी एक ही चीज पूछेगा. मेरीन वेस्कोस हो गया पिछली बार, फिर पूछेगा यूपीएससी भाई. What is the answer? D. Marine West Coast. Precipitation occurs throughout the year. China type is having monsoonal element. Equatorial में 150 सेंटीमीटर नहीं, it will cross. Marine West Coast. अच्छा, मैंने क्वेश्चन बनाते समय सोचा था कि आप लोग को कम से कम मेरीन वेस्ट कोस्ट तो पता ही होगा, बिकॉज यू ऑल हैव रिसीव्ड द PYQ लास्ट ईयर ओनली दैट व्हाट इज मेरीन वेस्ट कोस्ट. तो मैंने सोचा था कि ये बच्चों को सबको पता होगा, ये नहीं पता था कि इन लोगों को ये भी नहीं पता. It's humid subtropical, CFA type of climate. C capital, F small, A small. It's humid subtropical climate. Consider the following description. ये सब बता देंगे. Have a look. Areas come under a subtropical high in summer and westerly wind in winter. Hot dry summer, mild rainy winter. Temperature, precipitation 35 to 90. Mediterranean climate, no doubt. Consider the following statements. Continental shelves are almost absent along ocean continental convergence whereas white shelves exist along divergence. Think over that. Continental shelves are almost absent along ocean continental convergence, whereas white continental shelves exist along divergence. See, continental shelves are almost absent along ocean continental convergence. When convergence takes place, and it is talking about ocean continental, right? Ocean continental. So, oceanic plate will push the continental plate and a fold will be formed on the continental plate. When the oceanic plate will apply pressure on the continental plate, which part of the continental plate will be affected the most? The shelf, which is next to oceanic plate. And so the shelf will be folded up to form the fold mountain. Shelf khatam ho gaya. Are you getting that? So whenever oceanic continental convergence takes place, the shelf is consumed in the formation of fold mountain. And that is written, continental shelves are almost absent along ocean continental convergence, correct? And it will be having no impact where divergence is taking place. So it is left out. Same is written in the statement. So statement 1 is correct. Clear on that? Statement 2, continental shelves are actually geosynclines as per the modern concept. The modern concept of geosyncline explains that all around the continents, the continental shelves which are existing over which sedimentation is taking place, they are geosynclines. It is correct. Submarine canyons may be found both on shelf and slope. Submarine canyon can be found on shelf also, slope also. Both will be correct. So all three statements are correct. Option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? I am not getting the question that you have written on climatic classification. Whomsoever attending this online class, what's the name? That humid subtropical type of climate throughout the precipitation, Laurentian type of climate, question mark. Please specify what you are trying to ask. Enclosed seas record lower temperature than open seas in low latitude. Enclosed sea low latitude will be having higher temperature. Enclosed sea higher latitude will be having lower temperature. So both the statements are written wrong. So neither one nor two. Option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Clear है ना? कोई doubt तो नहीं? Consider the following pairs. On one side you are having oceanic zones, and on the other side catabatic, anabatic. Someone has written Apurv Srivastav. What are you trying to ask? Catabatic or anabatic? I am not getting the question. Please specify the complete question, because it may be happening like that I am speaking something and then you are writing something. When I am able to see that, by that time 1 or 2 or 3 minutes elapsed. So please write complete sentences, complete question for on this online text, whatever you are writing. Oceanic zones known for thermocline for change in temperature, correct or not? Halocline for change in salinity. Pycnocline is for density. So 2 and 3 are wrong, so only one. Option A for apple, shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. High salinity water is generally high in density as well and hence sinks down. Other things remaining constant, salinity is directly related to density. Salinity difference may cause movement of ocean currents. Yes. 24.7 parts per thousand has been considered as the upper limit to demarcate brackish water. Thirty-five is considered as the average salinity of all the oceans taken together. Brackish water upper limit is 24.7 parts per thousand only. After that, saline. Are you getting that? So 1, 2 and 3, all 3 are correct. Option C, C for cat. Consider the following statements. Water particles and tiny bits of paper only travel in small circles as the sea wave passes. Water particles and tiny bits of paper move only in small circles as the sea wave passes. Statement 2, sea waves are actually the energy moving on the surface, causing only up, forward, down and back movement of water. Answer will be A. Statement 1 is also correct. Statement 2 is also correct. When the waves are generated, it is basically the energy that moves from one side to another. Actual movement of water is very less or negligible. So it causes circular movement of water particles, and whatever you drop over there, it will move up and down only. So both the statements are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Consider the following statements. Tides are higher on narrow continental shelves and mid-oceanic islands. Tides are higher on narrow continental shelves and mid-oceanic islands. Correct or not? On narrow continental shelves, what happened? Why online students need explanation also? Have a look over here. Continental shelf is wide, and here you are having the water, and the water, tide water is moving toward that. Continental shelf, the width of the continental shelf is more. This is called as a wide continental shelf, and if you are having a continental shelf like this is called as narrow. When the water moves over wide continental shelf, more amount of water is able to engulf larger part of land. Here the water moves up till a certain height, which will be not be much, but here huge amount of water enters as per the opening, because the shelf is wide, the difference or the shallowness of the water starts far away from the coast. So huge amount of water is channelized towards the coast, which increases the height. So it is written tides are higher on narrow continental shelf. It is a wrong one. It will be higher on wide continental shelf. And mid-oceanic island. Mid-oceanic islands are having narrow continental shelf. तो वहाँ पे भी नहीं होगा. It will be higher on wide continental shelf. On narrow continental shelves and mid-oceanic islands, the height of the tide will be comparatively less. Clear on that? Funnel-shaped coast experience higher tidal range. Funnel-shaped coast. We are having a coast in this particular shape. Here you are having the continent. Here you are having the continent, and here you are having the ocean. And the high tide is coming. Water is approaching the coastal land, right? So water enters the coastal to move towards the coastal land from such a wide region, and then the water narrows down. So this water will also reach here, this water will also reach here. As such, in this particular region, the volume of water will shoot up. Yes or no? The volume of water will shoot up. When the volume of water shoot up, the height will also increase. Are you getting that? In the same manner, height will also reduce. So what is the statement saying? Funnel shaped coasts experience higher tidal range. High tide, low tide का जो difference है, that is tidal range. It will be more in funnel shaped bays and estuaries. So it is correct. First statement is wrong. So 2 only. Option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Got that? Clear on that? Consider the following statements. Prevailing winds, temperature, salinity, density, ablation, rotation, Coriolis force, gravity. How many of the above are the factors for the movement of ocean currents? Prevailing winds. Winds move, they drag the surface water and result in ocean current, formation of ocean currents. Temperature. High temperature region, water expands. Low temperature, water sinks down. From high temperature, water moves towards low temperature region. Salinity or density. High salinity, low salinity. High salinity water moves down. Low salinity region, water moves towards high salinity region. Ablation, melting of ice. Coastal mountains, huge melting of ice takes place. Water enters the oceanic region. It results in the formation of current, that is called as ablation. Labrador current is an example of ablation. Kuril current is a for example of current formed by ablation, that is melting of ice. So many currents are formed by process of ablation. Rotation of earth. Earth rotates west to east, surface water moves east to west. So rotation is a phenomenon. Coriolis force, movement is taking place, right? When the ocean current is moving, the direction of the ocean current may be altered by the action of Coriolis force. That is correct. Gravity, salinity, density, heavy water is moving down or cold water is moving down. Why? Because of gravity. So it is also playing the role. So all 7, option D, D for dog, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Western coastal regions in middle and higher latitudes. Western coastal regions in middle and higher latitudes are characterized by cool summers, mild winters and low temperature range. Imagine any western coastal region, middle latitude or higher latitude में किसी भी continent पे imagine कर. They are characterized by cool summer, mild winter and low temperature range. San Francisco, Seattle, Vancouver, Canada का. Are you getting that? So they are having cool summer. Summer will be comparatively cool. Winters will be not too severe. They will be mild winters and low temperature range. Temperature fluctuation will not be much. Western coastal regions in middle and higher latitudes, is talking about the same region, are affected by warm ocean currents which cause a distinct marine climate. Asking something? They are affected by warm ocean currents which cause a distinct marine climate. Warm ocean currents हैं कि नहीं वहाँ पे? Warm ocean currents are there. Where are the cold ocean currents? North Pacific current strikes America. The part which turns north is Alaska current, warm current. Cold current to California थी, साउथ में चली गई. Are you getting? Europe, it is north Atlantic drift enters Europe, Rennell current, warm current. Norwegian current, warm current. Canary to tropical में आ गई. Are you getting that? So they are affected by warm currents, correct? Which cause a distinct marine climate. Specific marine climate वो create करता है. Marine west coast climate यही है भैया. The question has been asked by UPSC last year, and it is an explanation of that climatic type only. Marine west coast climate, the question that was asked for Köppen's climatic classification 2024 UPSC prelims examination. It was on marine west coast climate. This is the description of marine west coast climate. Only this is written over there. Nothing else is there. The statement 1 is talking about the attributes of marine west coast climate. Statement 2 is giving the reasons for formation of marine west coast climate, and that has been explained. Now what will happen? It is characterized by cool summers. Summers are cool because of air masses, because latitude is high, so temperature never increases beyond a certain limit, so summers are cool. Winters are mild. Winters mein what happens, this current plays the role, warm current, it modifies the temperature, so temperature will not drop down beyond a certain level. Low temperature range, so temperature range will be low. और marine west coast climate में क्या है, rainfall throughout the year. So why rainfall throughout the year? This warm current continuously causes some precipitation in the form of light showers all along the region. Are you getting that? So what will be the answer? A. Both are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Consider the following statements on demographic transition model. The first demographic transition model, the first stage corresponds to high birth and high death rate, correct or not? The first stage corresponds to high birth and high death rate, absolutely correct. Yes, birth rate will remain high, death rate also high, life expectancy low. Second stage witnesses decline in both, but death rate declines faster. Death rate will decline very fast due to medical revolution. Birth rate will only start declining. Actual declining will take place in the third stage or later stage, right? So both start to decline. The decline in death rate is very fast. Death rate एकदम से गिरेगा, right? So what will happen? Population explosion will take place. Birth rate is still high, death rate down. So population will increase. Last stage, birth rate falls below death rate and hence population starts shrinking. This was asked by UPSC demographic winter mains examination last year. Birth rate below death rate, so the population starts shrinking, reducing. So last stage में यही होता है, correct? The last stage corresponds to regressive population pyramid. When the population will reduce, that is regressive population pyramid. First statement correct, second statement correct, third statement correct, fourth statement also correct. So all four, option D for dog shall be the right answer. Any question? Yes. You can take it 3 stage, 4 stage, 5 stage, it hardly matters. जो ग्राफ बने ना concept, that should be clear. Yes, that should be clear. The same can be divided into 3, 4, 5 stages. NCERT is saying for 3 stages, right? The latest convention जो उन्होंने बना दिया उसमें 5 stage डाल दी. So that will hardly matter. Concept clear होना चाहिए. Consider the following statements. Gulf Stream, Labrador, Curacao, Oyashio, Kuril, Canaries, Bengola, Agulhas, Coral, California. How many of the above ocean currents belong to southern hemisphere? बताइए. Only 3. Gulf Stream flows where? North America, Gulf of Mexico, eastern coast of North America. Labrador, Baffin Bay, Canada और ग्रीनलैंड के बीच में. Labrador Sea, Labrador current, it is by ablation, northeast of North America. Curacao, eastern coast of Japan, south to north, warm current. Oyashio, eastern coast of Japan, north to south, cold current. Oyashio, right? And this one, Kuril current, North of Japan, you have Kuril Islands. Through Kuril Island, you are having this current, Kuril current, that flows over there. It is a cold current. Canaries current. Northwestern side of Africa, western side of Africa, you can say Canaries current. It is a cold current. Bengola current. South Africa, western side of South Africa. Southwestern side of Africa, sorry. Southwestern side of Africa continent, Bengola current, cold current. Agulhas current, southeastern side of Africa, Agulhas current, that is a warm current. Coral current, East Australian warm current, that is called as coral current, it is a warm current. And then California current, along California, that is a cold current. So how many are in southern hemisphere? Benguela, Agulhas and coral, 3. So 3, only 3, option A for apple shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Consider the following statements on footloose industries. Consider the following statements on footloose industries. Footloose industries, पता है? हाँ? They are independent of any specific raw material. They employ a small labor force. They are non-polluting. All are correct. So all 3, option C is for cat. In class NCERT, कौन सी NCERT? 12th NCERT or 11th NCERT? Oh. Class 12th NCERT. You are having a box, written dialog box over there, written for footloose industries. All statements from there only. Consider the following statements. Sheet erosion takes place on level lands, whereas gully erosion takes place on steep slopes. Sheet erosion takes place on level land, whereas gully erosion takes place on steep slopes, correct? Sheet erosion, when a layer of soil gets removed. Gully, when a channel is formed on a slope and the water is rushing down through that channel, and thereby the channel becomes deeper, wider, that is called as a gully. Sheet erosion is not easy to notice, but gully erosion is noticeable. Gully, it is visible, sheet may or may not be noticeable whether it is gone or not. Sheet erosion causes loss of fertile soil, yes, fertile soil will be lost, and whereas gully erosion forms badland topography. Badland topography is gully erosion only. India ravines of Chambal, they are called badland. So all 3 statements hold true. So option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer. Clear enough? Consider the following pairs: types of drought and a description. Have a look at that. Meteorological drought, hydrological drought, agricultural drought, ecological drought. Any idea? All are correct. Meteorological drought and hydrological drought. Meteorological is related to rainfall. Hydrological is related to storage in whatever water body is available in that particular region, be it dams, ponds, lakes, reservoirs, anything. So meteorological drought is inadequate rainfall. Hydrological drought is less water in reservoirs. Agricultural drought, soil moisture will be less, so agricultural productivity will be affected. Ecological drought, water affects ecosystems productivity, right? So 2 are correctly matched, 2 are incorrect. So option B, B for boy, shall be the right answer. Clear on that? Consider the following statements. Normal lapse rate depends upon insolation. Normal lapse rate depends upon insolation. Is this statement appearing correct or wrong? Normal lapse rate depends upon insolation. Incoming solar radiation, returning solar radiation, right? Returning solar radiation is trapped by different layers of lower atmosphere. Air density is more, right? Air density reduces, further reduces, further reduces. So here more insolation is trapped, here less, here further less. Yes. So here due to more insolation, temperature is high, moderate temperature, low temperature. So temperature reduces with increasing height. This is called a normal lapse rate. क्यों हुआ ये? Because of insolation. So what is the statement saying? Normal lapse rate depends upon insolation. So insolation पे depend करेगा, correct or not? Correct. Adiabatic lapse rate depends upon atmospheric pressure. Adiabatic lapse rate depends upon the volume of the ascending packet of air. A packet of air that is going up, उसके pressure पे क्या effect पड़ रहा है? So it will be increasing or reducing. That will depend upon what? Atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure की वजह से expansion होता है. Due to atmospheric pressure, compression takes place, and so it is dependent upon atmospheric pressure. So statement is correct. Normal lapse rate remains fixed, whereas adiabatic lapse rate is variable. Normal lapse rate is dependent upon insolation, so it will not remain fixed. It will keep on variating. Adiabatic lapse rate pressure more or less same, so it will remain fixed. So statement 3 is incorrect. Statement number 4, the relationship between the two decides stability or instability of atmosphere. Correct. If normal lapse rate is more than adiabatic lapse rate, what will happen? If normal lapse rate is more than adiabatic lapse rate, then we will be having instability or stability. If normal lapse rate is more than adiabatic lapse rate, instability. If normal lapse rate is less than adiabatic lapse rate, it is stability. So stability and instability of atmosphere depends upon relationship between normal lapse rate and adiabatic lapse rate. So statement number 1 correct, statement number 2 correct, 3 wrong, 4 correct, right? So only 3, option C, C for cat shall be the right answer. Consider the following statements. In northern India, rains are likely to fail if the rain bearing storms are not very frequent along the monsoon trough or the IT season. What are rain bearing storms? Rain bearing storms are basically what? Basically depressions where air will go up. Yes or no? If they will not follow, they will not reach the monsoon region, that is IT seeded or the monsoon trough, then what will happen? Rain will not take place. Yes or no? Monsoon yaad hai kuch? Yes. So ultimately the rain bearing winds have to reach monsoon trough. They have to reach ITCZ. Only then rainfall can take place. So it will not happen. Rains will not take place. Over the west coast, the dry spells are associated with days when winds blow parallel to the coast. Yes, wind will blow parallel. It will not enter the coastal area. Coastal area. When it will not enter the coastal area, what will happen? No rainfall will take place. So a dry spell. Are you getting that? Yes or no? So what is the question asking? Which of the above statements can be considered as a valid reasons for breaks in monsoon? Both can be there. So both 1 and 2, option C, C for cat shall be the right answer. Clear? Question number 99. Consider the following statements on PT soils. What are the PT soils? Have a look. They are found in regions of high rainfall. Yes or no? Poor in humus and organic matter. They are rich in humus and organic matter. Huge amount of humus is added. Forests, where are they found? At the end of forest, inside the forest, wetlands में मिलता है BT soil. So forest cover is there. Huge amount of humus is added. So it is not poor, it is rich in humus and organic matter. They are generally dark in color, black, brown color, dark brown color. So it is correct. They are found in wetlands and foothills of Himalayas. Wetland और foothill of Himalaya में ही तो मिलेगा. It will be found on delta region, mangrove region, marshy land, swampy land, foothills में मिलेगा, wetlands में मिलेगा. Are you clear? So it is found in regions of high rainfall, yes. Poor in humus, wrong. Dark in color, yes. Found in wetlands and foothills of Himalayas, correct. So 1, 3 and 4, 3 are correct. So option C, C for cat shall be the right answer. And the last question for today's class, consider the following pairs. The last question, local storms and the nature region, mango showers. Mango showers are found in Kerala and Karnataka, pre-monsoon convectional rainfall. Right? It helps in early ripening of mangoes, and so it is beneficial for the farmers because farmers are able to get more value for their produce. So it is mango shower. Blossom shower, it is related to coffee in Kerala and Karnataka surrounding regions. It results in blossoming of flowers, so it is blossom shower. Bardoli Chera, Assam. It is what? It is a thunderstorm. This is also convectional rainfall. Pre-monsoon convectional rainfall, thunderstorm, evening thunderstorm, Bardoli Chera. Bardoli Chera is also known as Kal Baisakhi, right? Same is known as nor'wester. Nor'wester, Bardoli Chera, Kal Baisakhi सब एक ही है. What is the area of influence? Northern part of West Bengal, northern part of Bihar, parts of Assam, Assam, Bengal और बिहार, इन तीनों का जंक्शन एरिया इमेजिन करिए, वही चिकन नेक के आसपास का एरिया. दैट इज रीजन इज नोन फॉर दिस. नॉर्थईस्टर्स, इवनिंग थंडरस्टॉर्म इन बंगाल, वही तो था बारडोली शेरा. नॉर्थईस्टर इज अ कोल्ड विंड ऑफ कनाडा. नॉर्थवेस्टर इज अ हॉट विंड ऑफ न्यूजीलैंड. Nor'wester, if you take about local winds, it is a hot wind of New Zealand. Nor'easter is a cold wind of Canada. And in India, it is not evening. Evening thunderstorms are basically that only. Bardoli Chera, Kal Baisakhi, Nor'wester. They are called as Nor'westers only. So, statement 4 is incorrectly matched. 1, 2, 3 are correct. So, only 3 option C, C for cat, shall be the right answer to this particular question. Are you clear on that? Any questions, any doubt? Okay? Okay, thank you. We'll continue tomorrow.